So I'm gonna do a mini nursery tour. Excuse me a second. And I'm not real that excited because it's still far away from where I gotta go, but I'm far away from where I started. Anyhow, these are some free growing. They grow. They're Florida native. They're beautyberry, and this is a native variety that grows wild. As a matter of fact, I pulled these out of the yard. This one's been cut back quite a bit. And from what I understood, I didn't realize it, but they can be cut back all the way to the ground to make them bushier. Over here, and don't mind the weeds. I've been tending to them, but they're there. These are goji berries. They came along real nice after we replanted them. These are I can't pronounce it. It's let me show you the tag. Let me flip this over. It's all dirty. Oh, it's Owachita blackberries. They are thornless blackberries. Now, yes, so they're doing great during 2 to 3 gallon pots. And over here I have the Kiowa blackberry. They are thorny. They are terribly thorny, but they have big black, the biggest berries that I know that could be grown in this climate. And yes, there's a few weeds in there because they are on the thorny side. Anyhow, so we have the different mangaves. I believe this one's Ink Blot, Pineapple Express, Mission to Mars, Purple People Eater, Snow Leopard. This is my favorite one, Moon Glow. Look at that. You get a close-up of that. Isn't that pretty? So if you've never heard of mangaves, they're a new mix between agave and another plant. I can't think of what it is, but they grow quicker than agave and they do good. They're like a rock garden type plant. They're colorful and you know, sort of like aloe also. I do have weeds, guys, so I'm not gonna lie and pretend that I don't. This one is Aztec King. And down here I have, it's called Hansera Jumping Jacks. So over here I have some, I have 3 different kinds of figs. And each one, and this is pink, orange, and blue. The pink is, can't think right now, but this one's Chicago Hardy. No, blue Chicago Hardy, and the pink is, or the orange is Olympian, and Magnolia. Magnolia is the pink. Over here, I just put it out for fun to look at, but you know, everything's for sale. We have a Seminole pumpkin, and this is a habanero plant. Now this is an offspring of a habanero plant, and it's orange. I haven't tasted these to see if they're hot or not, but yes. And then over here I have these right here. They're called Woohoo's Gem. They are hanging basket filler, or spiller as they call them, and they will spill out and go all the way down to the ground. And over here I have some Bidens, which is nothing to look at yet. We have some rosemary, we have some lantana. This is an artichoke I'm playing with. Over here I have some olive trees. They are that kind right there, Arborquina. Don't know if that's correct or not, but everything's been looking great since I've been able to transplant them all. I have some papaya, some eggplant, pigeon peas, pineapple. Over here, this is some basil, some okra. This This right here is a cucumber. They're not doing great. It's super hot out here, and I just potted them up in case somebody took an interest in those. I have all sorts of peppers. I did have an actual, I can't think of the name right now. Serrano pepper. These are some newly planted tomatoes, but I think a hornworm got to them, so I'm gonna have to hold off on those. But those were baby Romas and homestead tomatoes. Over here we have the I grew a big one for an example. This is the blueberry clackamas. What a name. Tomato. And some yellow pear and black cherry tomatoes over here. I also got hit by a hornworm over here. You can tell that by the missing leaves, but I have to tell you, these little tomatoes are fun. Even though they're the tiniest little things, they are packed with so much flavor. And I put one in the big pot for funsies. You see how big he got? Over here we have Chef Kibo's salad tree that's growing like nuts. Look how thick that trunk is. Now, I think if I were to pot them up bigger, they would get bigger and bushier, but they're definitely beautiful plants. Over here I have some yellow turmeric. The pot size is what's different, and when I transplanted it, these are in bigger pots than those over there. We have some, they're not big yet, but they are gold coleus, and we have some camellia, and this right here is a hummingbird vine like that one over there. And I have some, I think it's called Purple Heart, and I can't think of the name of it, but it's a spreader. We have some canna lilies, and over here the sweet potatoes are just doing their own thing. They're taking over, and they're getting a little holy. The bugs have been hitting it pretty good, it looks like. Speaking of sweet potatoes, look at a little potato sticking out of there. That's kind of cool. Anyhow, and that's really it. I have more stuff that I've seeded and plan on putting in here, what I call the eye candy. But I've got the backbone set up and sort of ready to go. So that's the mini garden tour.